You hold the key, harness focus to ignite inner strength and spiritual awakening. The seed of transformation, discovering the power within. Have you ever paused to consider how often your mind drifts? How frequently your focus scatters like leaves in the wind? In this constant buzz of distractions, we often forget the immense power we hold within. You hold the key to your transformation, and it begins with focus, a deliberate act of channeling your energy inward to ignite a spark of spiritual awakening. When you close your eyes and take a deep breath, where does your attention go? Is it pulled by thoughts of the past or anxieties about the future? This drifting of the mind is natural, but it also reveals something profound. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. If we could master our focus, we could master ourselves. This is not just about self-discipline. It's about unlocking a reservoir of inner strength waiting to be tapped. To harness focus, start by understanding the nature of your mind. Imagine it as a wild horse, powerful but untamed. It can carry you to great heights or throw you off course. The reins of this horse are in your hands, yet so often we let it run free. What would happen if, instead of chasing every impulse, you directed your mind with purpose? Could you become the architect of your own destiny? Let's begin with a simple practice. Sit in stillness, even if just for 5 minutes. Focus on your breath, feeling it flow in and out. As your mind inevitably wanders, gently bring it back. This act, though small, is monumental. It is the first step toward reclaiming control. Each time you redirect your attention, you are training the muscle of focus. Over time, this seemingly insignificant habit can become the cornerstone of profound spiritual growth. But why is focus so crucial to spiritual awakening? Because it is only in the stillness of a concentrated mind that the deeper truths of existence reveal themselves. When was the last time you truly listened, not to others, but to yourself? Beneath the surface noise, there is a voice, a guide, an inner knowing that speaks in whispers. Can you hear it? We live in a world obsessed with multitasking, but true power lies in doing one thing fully. Imagine pouring water into a cracked vase. It seeps out in all directions, never filling up. Now imagine pouring that same water into a solid container. The difference is focus. Where in your life are you pouring energy into cracks, and how can you begin to redirect it toward what truly matters? This is not just about achieving external goals. Focus is the gateway to awakening the spiritual self, the part of you that transcends the mundane. It is the part of you that seeks meaning, that longs to connect with something greater. And here's the truth. The spiritual journey is not about finding something outside of you. It's about realizing that everything you seek has been within you all along. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to live with complete presence? To be so aligned with your inner self that every action becomes sacred, every moment a meditation? This is not some unattainable ideal. It is the natural state of a focused, awakened mind. As we dive deeper into this journey, remember this: awakening is not an event, it is a process. It begins with small acts of focus, repeated daily until they form a new way of being. But before we continue, ponder this question deeply. What is one thing you can do today to honor the power of your attention? Write it down, commit to it, and let it be the seed of your transformation. The alchemy of focus. Transforming distractions into inner power. You might think distractions are your greatest enemy, the silent thief that robs you of time, energy, and clarity. But what if I told you that distractions are not the obstacle, but the catalyst? What if they are the very raw material you can use to ignite your inner strength? In this part of our journey, we will explore how to transform the noise of the external world into the fuel for profound inner awakening. Let's begin with a paradox. Distractions, though seemingly harmful, hold immense potential. Every distraction is an opportunity, a chance to notice where your energy is leaking and redirect it towards something meaningful. The first step is awareness. How often do you check your phone, scroll aimlessly, or let your mind wander to things beyond your control? And when you do, how do you feel afterward? Drained? Anxious? Unfulfilled? This is not a judgment, but an invitation to notice. Pay attention to how distractions show up in your life. Are they external, like social media, endless notifications, or the demands of others? Or are they internal, like self-doubt, fear, or the relentless chatter of your mind? To harness focus, you must first name your distractions. For what you name, you can claim, and what you claim, you can transform. Imagine a cluttered room. To make space, you don't fight the clutter, you clear it piece by piece. The same is true of your mind. When distractions arise, don't resist them. That only gives them power. Instead, acknowledge them. Say to yourself, I see you, but you do not control me. Then, gently return to your focus. This act of noticing and redirecting is the alchemy of transformation. Over time, distractions lose their grip, and your focus grows stronger, sharper, more unshakable. But let's go deeper. Why do distractions hold such sway over us? The truth is, distractions often mask deeper discomforts, boredom, insecurity, or the fear of facing ourselves. Think about it. When you're alone with your thoughts, do you feel peace or unease? The tendency to distract ourselves is not a flaw. It's a coping mechanism. Yet true awakening requires us to confront, not escape, the inner shadows. Here's a practice to turn distractions into power. The next time you feel the urge to check your phone, pause. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what am I avoiding right now? Sit with whatever arises, without judgment, without rushing to fix it. This simple act can reveal profound insights about your patterns, fears, and desires. It shifts the focus from running away to moving inward, from avoidance to awareness. As your focus sharpens, you'll notice a ripple effect. Clarity emerges, not just in your thoughts, but in your entire being. You'll begin to see distractions for what they truly are, invitations to realign with your purpose. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you are casting a vote for your higher self. And with enough votes, transformation becomes inevitable. Let's talk about energy, because focus is not just mental, it's deeply energetic. Think of your attention as a beam of light. When scattered, it illuminates nothing. When concentrated, it becomes a laser, capable of cutting through any obstacle. Where in your life can you apply this laser-like focus? Perhaps it's in your work, your relationships, or your spiritual practice. The key is to choose one area and pour your full energy into it. By doing so, you create momentum, a force so powerful it can reshape your reality. And yet, focus is not about rigidity. It's not about forcing yourself to be productive every moment of the day. True focus is fluid, adaptable, and deeply connected to the rhythm of life. It's about knowing when to act and when to rest, when to push forward and when to surrender. This balance is the essence of inner strength. Ask yourself this: if you could give your undivided attention to one thing for the next hour, what would it be? Let that question guide you, and notice how even an hour of focused energy can create a sense of accomplishment, peace, and alignment. But let's not stop there. Focus is also the gateway to spiritual awakening. When your mind is clear and centered, you begin to perceive life in its fullness. Colors seem brighter, sounds more vibrant, and experiences more profound. You start to notice the interconnectedness of all things, the way a single breath mirrors the rhythm of the universe, the way your thoughts shape your reality. This is where the journey becomes mystical. As you master your focus, you may encounter moments of pure presence, moments where time seems to stop, and you feel a deep sense of connection with everything around you. These moments are glimpses of your true nature, a reminder that you are not separate from the world, but an integral part of its unfolding. To cultivate these moments, try this practice. Sit in nature and choose one thing to focus on: a tree, a flower, or the sound of the wind. Give it your full attention, noticing every detail. As you do, you may feel a subtle shift, a sense of being both the observer and the observed. This is the power of focused awareness. It dissolves the illusion of separation and opens the door to spiritual awakening. Before we continue, reflect on this question. What distractions in your life are pointing you toward a deeper truth? Consider how you can transform them into stepping stones on your journey. Write your thoughts down and let them serve as a reminder that every challenge contains the seed of transformation. Awakening the flame, living with purpose and spiritual power. Now that we have explored the power of focus and the alchemy of transforming distractions, we step into the heart of the journey, living with purpose and igniting the spiritual flame within. The question we must now ask ourselves is this: what are we focusing on and why? For focus without purpose is like a ship without a compass, full of potential but directionless. Purpose is the fire that gives our focus meaning, and through it we awaken our spiritual power. Take a moment to consider your life. Are you living with intention, or are you moving on autopilot? So often, we drift through our days, reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. But imagine the power of waking up each morning with a clear sense of why you're here and what you're meant to do. This clarity is not reserved for the few. It is available to all who are willing to seek it. Purpose is not something you find, it's something you uncover. It's already within you, like a treasure buried beneath layers of doubt, fear, and societal expectations. To discover it, you must be willing to dig deep. Ask yourself, what brings me alive? What fills me with a sense of wonder, joy, and connection? These are the breadcrumbs that lead to your purpose. Living with purpose requires courage, the courage to listen to your inner calling, even when it goes against the grain. It requires faith, the faith that your unique path, though uncertain, is the one you are meant to walk. And it requires action, the willingness to take even the smallest step toward what matters most. But here's the paradox. Your purpose is not about achieving something grand. It's about aligning with your true self. When you live authentically, your very existence becomes an act of purpose. The work you do, the relationships you nurture, the way you move through the world, all of it becomes infused with meaning. Purpose is not a destination, it's a way of being. To awaken the flame of purpose, start by setting an intention. This can be as simple as deciding to bring more presence, kindness, or creativity into your day. Write it down, speak it aloud, and revisit it often. An intention is like a spark. It may be small, but it has the power to ignite a wildfire of transformation. Now, let's connect this purpose to spiritual power. True power is not about control or dominance. It is about alignment with yourself, with others, and with the flow of life. When you are aligned, your actions carry a natural grace and effectiveness. You no longer need to force or manipulate. Instead, you become a vessel through which something greater flows. How do you tap into this power? The key lies in presence. When you are fully present, you access a reservoir of energy and wisdom that is not bound by the limitations of the mind. You begin to see situations with clarity, respond with creativity, and act with conviction. Presence is not just a state, it is a practice, one that deepens each time you choose to be here, now. Here's a question to sit with. When was the last time you felt fully alive? Not just happy or content, but alive, aware of the miracle of existence, the beauty of the present moment. These moments are glimpses of your spiritual power. They remind you that beneath the busyness of life, there is a quiet, unshakable strength within you. To cultivate this aliveness, try this. At least once a day, pause whatever you're doing and take 3 conscious breaths. With each inhale, feel the vitality of life entering your body. With each exhale, release anything that no longer serves you. This simple practice can anchor you in the present and reconnect you to your inner power. But let's not stop there. Living with purpose and spiritual power also means embracing the unknown. The spiritual path is not linear. It is a winding journey filled with surprises, challenges, and revelations. There will be moments of doubt, but these are not signs of failure. They are invitations to deepen your faith. Remember, a flame burns brightest against the darkness. As you walk this path, be mindful of the stories you tell yourself. Are they empowering or limiting? Do they reflect your true potential or the fears you've inherited? You hold the key to rewrite these stories, to choose narratives that uplift and inspire. This is not about denial, but transformation. Seeing yourself not as a victim of circumstance, but as a co-creator of your destiny. One of the greatest gifts of spiritual power is the ability to serve. When you align with your purpose, you naturally feel called to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. This doesn't mean you have to change the world overnight. Sometimes the most profound acts of service are the simplest: listening deeply, offering kindness, or sharing your light with those around you. Here's a practice to deepen your connection to service. Each morning, ask yourself, how can I be of service today? Then listen. The answer may come as a thought, a feeling, or an intuitive nudge. Follow it, and trust that even the smallest act of service can ripple outward in ways you may never see. Before we conclude, let me leave you with this. The flame of purpose and spiritual power is not something you have to create. It is already within you, waiting to be awakened. Your focus is the key, your intention is the spark, and your presence is the fuel. Together, they form a trinity of transformation that can light up your life and the lives of others. Now reflect on this question. If you were to fully step into your purpose, how would your life change? What would you let go of, and what would you embrace? Write it down, and let it guide you as you move forward on this journey. You are the flame, embodying your spiritual awakening.